Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Now, this is some recent quotes and information from Oscar De La Hoya. And a lot of people have been thinking, and a lot of this biased media have been coming out stating that, Canelo Alvarez is clout chasing Floyd Mayweather. Why would Canelo Alvarez need to clout chase anybody? He's the biggest star in North American boxing. Canelo Alvarez does not have to fight on, these odd networks you've never heard of. People have heard of DAZN. DAZN was number one and in the most downloads on the month, in December when he fought Rocky Fielding. And that wasn't even a Danny Jacobs or a more well-known opponent. So Canelo Alvarez couldn't possibly clout chase someone when he's the biggest star there is in America. That makes no sense. That just shows you that the biased new media is reaching and to do anything to diss Canelo Alvarez. Oscar De La Hoya said this in reference to Floyd Mayweather when asked if the Floyd Mayweather fight can happen. He said, "I think so. I think the fight can happen. If Mayweather wants the money so much, it's a real fight." Now, I think Floyd Mayweather can't say that he doesn't want the money because clearly he's hungry for money. He fought in exhibition for a reported $9 million, and Canelo Alvarez would offer him way more than anyone else in boxing or kickboxing, MMA can offer Floyd Mayweather Jr. That would be the biggest fight in sports entertainment today, period. The rematch between Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather. And I think the weight would have to be, at 160. I don't think Canelo, because Canelo at this point would be the A side. Canelo at this point has the money to bring to the table. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not bringing that same amount of money to the table. The fight would sell because of Floyd's name and Canelo Alvarez's name. You have to understand and respect that Canelo Alvarez is a world champion. He's now the A side. He's the more relevant fighter. He's the guy always, filling out the arenas, packing the seats. Floyd Mayweather is the guy that's fighting kickboxers overseas. So you have to understand who's relevant in the market in boxing and whose all eyes are on. And see, if Floyd Mayweather Jr. could sell this kickboxing fight on pay-per-view in the United States, at $80 a pop, you don't think Showtime would have picked that up and tried to sell that to everybody? Of course they would if they could. Let's be honest and unbiased about this. Canelo Alvarez has to be the A side coming into this fight. Canelo Alvarez has accomplished so much more, and I think the reason why Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not even going to be interested in this fight is because Canelo Alvarez would stop him. I think Canelo Alvarez stops Mayweather in 5 rounds. Canelo is more experienced. He's stronger. He's faster. And he's better fundamentally. He's not the green fighter he was when he fought young. And, you hear a lot of people saying, well, Canelo had a lot of fights young. Yes, he did. But you have to understand he didn't have fights young at the same level of competition that he does now. And, you got to understand that just a lot of fights doesn't mean you have a top level experience. He was fighting a lot of guys that were more of journeymen. So he wasn't fighting elite level guys at that point in his career. But he was still developing and figuring out what type of fighter he was. Canelo Alvarez has improved leaps and bounds between every fight he's ever had. So you have to give him respect in that regard. Now, you have all these fanboys, and, sometimes I think these guys don't even listen to the logic or the things that we say, because these guys come out and say these things. Well, why would Canelo want to fight an old Mayweather? What are you talking about? Mayweather's looking for money and cash grabs. He still talks all this crap about Canelo. Why not make the rematch? It would be the biggest and most lucrative fight. You notice that Floyd Mayweather always has something disrespectful and negative to say about Canelo or his own deal. But then he turns around and acts like, oh, well, I'm retired. I don't want to fight. That's a clear clout chasing duck move to me, because you want to talk about another guy's deal. You want to talk about how you schooled him all these years ago, but you won't give him a rematch. But you mentioned giving Manny a rematch, but now you won't. You see what I'm saying? It's Floyd that's being the clout chaser, the one that's seeking and starved for attention. Every time Canelo does something, this guy wants to be in the limelight, wants to be a part of it. And I don't know if that's his hate for Oscar De La Hoya or what. But at the end of the day, it's Floyd Mayweather that is the true clout chaser. Once again, it's the Ibfp. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.